Hello, everyone. We are live. Oh, let me just turn down the volume a little bit for me. We're live. Hello, everybody. I haven't posted in like a week and a half, probably longer, almost 2 weeks. That's mostly because I've just been bored. And I actually do have 2 videos that are recorded. One is a VR video, the other is a just a regular gameplay with friends. I do plan on getting that FNaF video out first, but expect 2 videos in the pipeline within about a week or so. But I decided, everyone really enjoyed the replaying FNaF series. It did finish. The series is now over. The last game concluded was Ultimate Custom Night. Now, I could technically play FNaF Help Wanted, because the game's like a year old, but I want to wait for that game to be at least 2 to 3 years old before me even like quote-unquote replaying it, because it's only like a year and a half old, maybe even just 2 years. It's not old enough to where replaying it is like such a big thing, because, you know, people are still replaying FNaF Help Wanted, but you don't really see anyone replaying, say, like FNaF 4 or Ultimate Custom Night. But yeah, so that series is over. However, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start a new live stream series. So this, I'm going to be playing, it's kind of confusing on paper. So there are 4 main developers in the FNaF-Fanverse initiative as of right now. Emil Mako, I forget that, creator of Pop Goes, Emil Mako made Finance Candies. Creator of Finance Candies, creator of Pop Goes, John O'Crone, the creator of One Night at Flumpty's, and Nixon, the creator of, Nixon, the creator of The Joy of Creation, and FNaF, who's creating the new FNaF remake. But FNaF also made a FNaF 2 reimagining. But yeah, so we're gonna be going through each of the games. I decided to go with Finance Candies first, because I believe that's the first one that came out out of the 4 or 5 developers that games we're gonna go through. And I'm gonna be playing every Finance Candies game, and then I'm gonna go to Pop Goes. I'm gonna be playing, you know, the original Pop Goes. I'm gonna completely skip out on Pop Goes Arcade, any of the 8-bit, any of the RPG games, because those don't pique my interest personally, and they're not really like a part of the the lore of any games. Then we're going to be I think we'll do FNaF, Nixon, and then John O'Crone. The reason I'm doing John O'Crone last is because in the recent months I already have played One Night at Flumpty's 1 for a video, so I'm not gonna be doing him until last. But anyway, I actually did beat the game completely and legit. I actually did beat Custom Night. I wonder if it shows like stars. No, I did beat the Custom Night using a strategy. Yeah, we'll just go through the extras, but yeah. Whatever, we're gonna get into it. New game. I'm gonna go through, so for anyone who's not aware, in the replaying series, I tried at the most to get through the first 5 original nights in a single live stream. That's what I'm gonna try to do here. And so in this first live stream, I'm gonna try to at least get the first 5 nights. If I don't, then I don't.
I'm the junior manager here at the restaurant.
I'll just mute that. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, like, if I don't make it to the first 5 nights, I'm not gonna hold it against myself. Okay, those are sounds. I want to do, and I still might do, an extra video, extra live stream of replaying FNaF, because I didn't get through night 4 and 5 of the original FNaF. Actually, no, I don't think I got through night 5. FNaF 2 was, for some reason, laggy, so I could barely get through that. FNaF 3, that's fine. FNaF 3 is fine. FNaF 4, I don't want to try to replay FNaF 4. It is so scary. I think I only got through night 2, and then I just could not get through anything else. Boop. Boop. So I did 1 AM. They gone yet? maybe Chester leaves first. Yeah, I do have camera 13 unlocked. Yeah. I am very excited for Five Nights at Candy's 4. Yeah, I do have 5 shows that like. So originally, I did a community post saying how I wanted to stream 5 shows at Warriors. I've been wanting to, but like, I very much enjoy 5 shows at Warriors. It's very unique. However, the first part of the game feels very sluggish. Yes, hello XJP Swift. It feels very sluggish in multiple ways because it's basically a glorified minigame collection until you get the required lives to get to the next point of the game. The whole point of the first part of the game where you're doing the minigames is to gather up enough lives, which you get for beating the challenges, to take on the quote-unquote final show. And then that gives you a whole new part of the game, which is basically just standard Five Nights at Freddy's fan game, which I like a lot more than the first part. So yeah. However, with Five Nights at Candy's, okay, that spawned. With Five Nights at Candy's, I very much like Five Nights at Candy's. I don't know. For WWW Wario, I don't think is even being considered to be in the FNaF-Fanverse initiative. Reason being, his main series is using Nintendo characters, and for him to turn a profit, he'd have to completely change the antagonist of his game and basically change almost every element. And yeah, which is why I don't think WWE Warrior will even be considered. Well, he might be considered, but to be honest, it'd probably be way too much work to try and like, you know, change up everything. I do think that the creator of Jollibees will be in it, because Jollibees is such like a recognizable Jolly is one of the most recognizable FNAF fan games. It's not the most recognizable. I'd say the most recognizable is Five Nights at Candy's, considering it's like technically it's either the first or the second one. It's, for most people, it's stuck in between you know, the Treasure Island, that FNAF fan game, and Five Nights at Candy's. Five Nights at Candy's is the more well-known one. Five Nights at Treasure Island is more infamous than I'd say it is known. It did recently get a remake, which is actually very good. And the original Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese, it's a very old fan game. It was probably 2015. What's your favorite FNAF fan-made game, whatever? For me, it's well, a bunch of new FNAF fan games are gonna come out within the next few, you know, months. So I don't know if I could say what my favorite is right now. I very much enjoy a lot of, you know, Five Nights at Candy's. I would probably say my favorite FNAF fan game, for just like pure fun, I would say is Five Nights at Warriors 3, because it's very unique. It's very unique. You know, every single time you beat a night, you have to pick a different room to stay in. It's really cool. And by proxy, I also would have like Return to the Factory 2, which I also did a video on up there, because they're both basically the same game, and which is good because they're both really good games. So I would consider Five Nights at Warriors 3 to be one of my favorite, or my favorite. It's just incredibly unique. Now, how I would rate Five Nights at Warriors, it's a very good fan game, but the main issue I have with it is how it took me like a week to get through the first part, and I was only able to get through with it with going into the game files and actually giving me lives, because it was so difficult. You have to to have a safe amount of lives. So the developer WW Wario recommends that you have at least 20 lives going in, and when I went in for the first time that I actually had a good amount of lives, I had 23 or 24 lives, and I was still slaughtered. You need like at least 40 lives to be to have a chance of making it. I had given myself 50 lives and I'd made it back with like 25. So it's very clear that 20 lives is like, well, that could just be me being bad, which I'm not gonna say I'm not, because I'm pretty. It was basically a bullet hell boss rush type thing where you have to run through. It was basically, if anyone here has played The Binding of Isaac, it was a lot of bullet hell, which is not everyone's cup of tea. It was fun, but say if what happens, well, so the whole point of gathering up the lives in 5 Shows at Wario's is to do what's called the final show. Okay, we're done with the first night. It's to do the final show. The final show is basically what you beat to get access to the actual fun part of the game. And the final show is basically a long side scroller. And you play as any character you want. You get a select amount of characters to pick from. And then after you pick your character, you have to go through this like you have to go through this side-scrolling level, and while you're running through the level, these like spike things will start falling from the sky, and you have to dodge them. It's you can probably look it up on YouTube. It's interesting, but to be honest, I would much prefer, say, if you could just jump straight into the actual fun of the game, which I actually the actual fun of the game is actually, fun. But yeah, we're gonna just continue night 2. But yeah, the Final Fantasy Warriors games in general are very good. I am a little bit, I wouldn't say disappointed, but I was kind of hoping for like a more return to form types of Warriors game. It's still really, really good. It's my second favorite Final Fantasy Warriors fan game, but it's almost too unique to its fault, in the sense that like it's very unique, and that's what I like about Final Fantasy Warriors 3, but it's too unique in that way that it doesn't really feel like something that it's trying to go for, which every fan game should strive to be different from the source material, but not different enough that it feels like a completely different genre of game. It's still horror, but it's at a certain point it stops being FNaF fan game and just slowly starts to become like a creepypasta with Mario characters, which is what Final Shows at Warriors felt to me, because it didn't necessarily follow a night structure besides like a single part in the game. I might do a review on 5 Shows at Warriors. I enjoyed my time with the game, but I do have some gripes with it. But yeah. Does Blink? I don't think Blink is activated till like night 3. So we should be fine without him. Without having to look at that camera. And if we aren't, well then, I'm screwed. Having the night vision on actually does like tank camera power. I don't even have to look at the cameras. What am I doing? Cause the first few nights before the older characters come out, which don't have whites in their eyes, so you can't see their glow at the door, you don't have to look at the camera for anything besides blank. Cause you can just see their lights right there. So you can just go back and forth. That drink. Oh yeah, that just reminded me, because in this game there are Easter eggs to things like, Darko and Markiplier. But that reminded me, because I made a Darko video where his laugh sounded like the squeaking of a door being closed. Very funny. It's a very bad video and I hate it. But it's getting popular again. Like the last time I checked, it had like 4,000 views. Now it has like 7,000. So yeah, thank you for the support on that video. But why? I'm still getting comments of people being like, "Yo, you should show this to Dawko and send it into his next meme review." I've made many memes for Dawko and I sent it into his subreddit, and they actually get like support, but not to the fault of Dawko. A ton of people send memes. It just gets buried. So, yeah. I don't know if I'd ever be featured in a Dawko video, but hopefully that it is a lot of views, yeah. And I'm very happy that it has that many views, but I didn't put that much effort into it. So, it feels undeserved for me personally. Because there are a lot of other videos that I put a ton of effort into, but they don't get as much attention. Which is whatever, but I was talking about the FNaF-Fanverse initiative at the start of the stream. If anyone knew, I did explain all of this. So basically, because the Replaying FNaF series is over, I wanted to start a new type of live stream series that would basically hold people in between, uploads, which I haven't done for a week and a half. It's probably almost 2 weeks. But yeah. Yeah, Blank definitely doesn't move on night 2, so I should probably just stop watching the camera. The first 2-3 nights of this game are incredibly slow, which is why I wouldn't say I was hesitant picking this game to play first. It's just that it's kind of boring in the first few nights. So, it's whatever. I was actually considering whether or not I should do the original, because this is the remastered version of Fun at Candies. I didn't know if I would do the original or the remaster, or just do them separately and keep them as separate games. But I feel like that would kind of be a cop-out if say if I play the remastered version and then down the line I'm like, I want to play the original. It's basically like watching the stream again, except it's going to be worse because the original is objectively worse than this one, because it has improved graphics, improved mechanics, has a lot of stuff better about it, which is what won me over to this version. Sure, the original is nostalgic and everything, but I like this version a lot more, and it's okay. I can probably say that this is a fan game that I'd actually just play for fun. It's not intensely hard, in fact, it's rather easy. I'd like a midway when it comes to a fan game. The fan game that is incredibly difficult is the Joy of Creation story mode, which is why I'm pushing that to second to last. The only reason it's not last is because I want to give more space in between when I played One Night at Flumpty's. But the first level in the Joy of Creation story mode is infamously difficult, and so that's why I don't know if I'm gonna play the Reborn, the Joy of Creation Reborn, which is the maze game, or the Joy of Creation story mode. The Joy of Creation story mode I haven't played on my channel yet. However, it's very difficult, and I probably wouldn't be able to make it through the first night, which would not be very interesting or entertaining for a live stream. If it's a video, then I can just chop up all my fails, but if it's a live stream, you're just going to be sitting me through not talking and getting scared and dying, so it's not going to be entertaining. That is a lot of grinding and death sounds. Jeez, man. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. Are those mechanical parts or bones? Oh. Now, if you are more long-term viewers on my channel, you would know that, like, I actually did do a Five Nights at Candy's Remastered type of series. I did 2 parts to it. I wouldn't necessarily call that a series. But basically what I did was I just played, like, I think 4 nights of it.
You have 1 new message.
Still
I
here,
think
Awesome job
night
these last 2
4.
nights.
Wait,
You're already way better than our previous
this is
night
night
lord.
3.
He didn't even stand 2 nights before he brought a wrench to his ship that tried to destroy one of our animatronics.
I'm just gonna skip that. I lost my train of thought. I think now is the time where Blank comes out, and I'm pretty sure the animatronics that don't show at the doors come out in night 4. My strategy for it, without, like, you know, the characters that can, you know, just stand there without being detected unless you look on the cameras, is just look left and right a few times, and then throw up the camera and check on Blank. So yeah. Boop 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 boop. I'll just double check, right? So Candy's already right there. Okay, so Blank does come out on this night. I'll probably be silent in the later nights. Not silent per se, but like less talkative to concentrate more. Oh yeah, I was talking about my terrible Five Nights at Candy's Remastered Let's Play. But yeah, I did a Five Nights at Candy's Remastered like playthrough. I played like 4 nights and then I stopped. What's that rat thing? So the rat is a character, and that's about it. He's basically like an antagonist that was introduced in this game that became basically the main antagonist of the series in Final Fantasy Candies 3. It's nothing that special about him, except he is like one of 2 characters that can reach your doors, and like the only way to see them is for you to look on the cameras, because they don't have any shine in their eyes. And so he's about to make a beeline. Just close that real quick. Okay. Alright. Good thing I did that before, because he was fast. So there is, the reason I'm checking Cam 10 so much is that there is actually another character. So what's the lore? So basically the lore of this game is that this place like opened up to like capitalize on the fall of like Freddy Fazbear after, you know, incidents happen where the children go missing, that sort of thing. And basically murders happened here too, like obviously. And the main murders actually happened by this animatronic right here, the rat. And he killed 2 twins that possessed Candy and Cindy. I don't know what the monkey's deal is, his name's Chester, or the penguin, but the 2 main animatronics were possessed by twins who were murdered by the rat animatronic. Yeah. AM. Like this game and the first Five Nights at Freddy's, and the second one, technically the second one. I like the ability to play FNaF fan games without the use of my headphones. So it's like certain FNAF games, like the first one, second, and third one, as well as the first two Final Fantasy Candies games, can be played without headphones. Final Fantasy Freddy's 1, the only thing you really need headphones for is to like know when the animatronics right outside your door without you having to, use the cameras, and to know when Freddy's at your door without having to use your cameras. With FNAF 2, there is like little to no reason besides like there's a certain noise that tells you when Foxy's in the hallway. And also the sound the vent makes when the animatronic goes away. But with that, you can legit, like, with the vent, you can just time yourself like 5 seconds and then open up your mask, which is what I did like my entirety of playing Final Fantasy Freddy's 2. Is I just timed myself like, alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then. Would you ever do a video on the new Final Fantasy Chuck E. Cheese that's coming out? I would definitely do like either a video or a live stream on it, cause it's I don't know if I would say monumental, but it's very infamous and iconic to people who have been like, with Final Fantasy fan games for a while. So I'd want to do like a live stream on it. It all depends on if I actually like feel like it today. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream this, like what happened with 5 Shows at Warriors. I was really excited for 5 Shows at Warriors, and the game actually got released like 5 days early. And I was like, oh, wow. But I wanted to get through the first part because I was like, the first part does not make for good content. It's just trial and error. I'm gonna close this. I have 63% power. I should be able to okay. I should be able to just leave that closed. The remake is actually getting like, it's being created by the team that created Five Nights at Treasure Island. Like co-created. And the original guy that made Final Fantasy Chuck E. Cheese, I guess, is like supervising to make sure they stay on like what the original path was for the game. And I'm really excited for it. However, if I were to do something like that, it'd probably be like a little video just going through like the first night or so. What's the scariest FNAF fan game you've played? Oh, hello, Mr. Puppet, sir. The scariest, I would say, there are a lot of scary ones. Some of them are scary because of certain things like the atmosphere. I don't know if I could, like, say pure, like, dread, I would say, like, the Joy of Creation Reborn, like the one where you're running around a house. Cause when Freddy's chasing you, you can like hear his footsteps go like dun 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 dun. It is super loud and clear that he's like on you. But for pure like terror, it would probably have to be like, say, I would want to say probably like a it's kind of hard for me to like just say, because there's so many scary FNAF fan games out there. Some of them are scary just because of like certain, like, how the jump scares are really like sudden and loud, and some jump scares are so sudden that they just hit you real quick. You like don't even get to scream and you're already at the main menu, which is what Final Fantasy Chuck E. Cheese did. For like, it's like a scary, I don't know, it would probably have to be like a free roaming type FNAF fan game like Fredbear and Friends. I'll go with Those Nights at Rachel's. It's a very scary FNAF fan game made by Nixon, the person who made the Joy of Creation. Now is the night where this boy and another animatronic back here will wake up. But now, in this, I'm going to have to actually start checking the door cams. I can't rely on just, looking at the doors and seeing what, I accidentally clicked the Markiplier Easter egg, which is right here. I scared myself. Oh, I thought it like somehow messed up and one of the animatronics was already in my room and I was about to die. Oh, yep, right here. That is a character called Old Candy. The whole thing with Old Candy is that he was an animatronic made before, you know, the current Candy and Cindy. That rat animatronic and the old cat were used in a restaurant that was made before this called Rat and Cat Theater. More lore to the game, but the Rat and Cat Theater was like, you know, was a theater that had obviously the animatronics, the rat and the cat. So, yeah. Okay, he is already... Okay. Bro, that was so fast. It was only 1 AM and he was already at it. Oh, hello. Okay, he's gone. I'm just gonna start checking these. I forgot what I was saying because I distracted myself with getting scared by Markiplier's Easter egg. Any ideas for future videos? I do have a few. I made a video like a month ago where I was talking about like how YouTube has a problem where YouTubers, when they reach a certain like level of success on YouTube, just like, I don't know, they just flip a switch and just become pedos, or like they just become a-holes on the platform and abuse their power. And I originally was actually planning on just making a video specifically for Carson, like just, it would be a video solely focused on him. You know, no, I don't want to keep that closed. It was originally a video just solely focused on Carson. I don't trust that. Like, he's standing there for an abnormally long amount of time, so I don't trust it. Yep. And the chest is about to be there. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of power that I don't need to be. I feel like I'm wasting a lot of power here. Chester should appear there next, so I shouldn't have to worry about, like, say, old cat, or old candy, sorry, old candy appearing there. Yeah. For any future video ideas, I am thinking about a review on Fire Shows at Warriors. Obviously I'm doing this series, live stream series now, so expect these live streams for the next few weeks, maybe the next few months. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this series, because you're getting a lot of the games. Close that, open that up. At a certain point, this just becomes like any other game ideas. Close everything. Oh, the camera's static. Oh, that static shook me up. Oh, I got so scared. Penguin's not there anymore. That static shook me up. I am still, like, I'm not working on my game currently. I still want to get that done. However, I just, like, haven't done it a ton recently. I had a phase where I would just, like, for days I would be working on it. I would not say I'm, like, close to getting a Night 1 demo done. I'm getting there. I programmed a single camera to be able to work. I've programmed the map in there. The only thing I gotta do for the camera system now is, you know, go back and add the other buttons to the other cameras, stuff like that. I do actually have all the cameras. I've already got all the images ready. The only thing I need to do now is... He's still there, bruh. Oh, I got too scared. I'm getting like way too scared when like just flashes. Come on, dude. I don't trust that. I'm just gonna close that already. I am taking a computer coding class in high school. I hope that will, like, you know, give me more, like, experience with stuff. Why is he still there? I gotta open that up, man. He's just sticking there. Oh, I probably could have saved more camera power because the cat never goes on the right side. It's only the rat that does that. Cat goes on the left side, the rat goes on the right side. Alright. Ooh. Alright, yeah. I don't think you should expect a Night 1 demo in the next few months. I hope I'll have more updates for the game. I do want to give, like, at least a playable teaser. I do have the night system, so it does go from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., a victory screen, all that. The only thing I don't have ready is mechanics, how you defend yourself, which is mechanics. I don't have the camera system fully working, and I don't have the animatronic AI at all done. I am still, it's my first game, so what I am gonna do is probably just use, you know, PNG images of, like, say, like, you know, Freddy and stuff. I do want to be able to model my own animatronics, but with certain, like, I don't know where to begin. I know a lot of people, when they model FNAF characters, they start off with, you know, a sketch, and then they just take like a sphere and just start adding little details and see what sticks. What inspires you to make your own game? I've been playing FNAF fan games for years and FNAF for years, so I've always wanted to be a part of the FNAF fan game community. The only way I've done that so far is play the fan games, tell you what I think about them. I want to be able to, like, be a part of it more, which is why I'm now wanting to create my own fan game. However, like, if I had to pick a specific game that inspires me to make my own FNAF fan game, it would probably be Five Nights at Wario's. Five Nights at Wario's is a very competent FNAF fan game and is respected in the community, but it's made up with a bunch of, like, PNG images and stuff, but the game itself is high quality. And that's the type of thing I want to strive for. Like, I would say the first 3 games were fairly simple, because all it was simple FNAF mechanics, just with a different coat of paint. And, you know, I actually, I'll give you a little sneak peek, because I do have these in, like, I wouldn't call them dev sketches, but in thoughts. I want to have a mechanic, and I have it laid out in, like, a sketch of the map. I want to have it laid out to where behind you there is a large air vent that is big enough for a person or an animatronic to fit through, and you have to heat up the air vent to get them out. And I tried my best to, like, give it an in-universe, like, reason, and I think I did an alright job. I won't explore too much, but all I'll say is, like, I'll basically do it like how I did it in the game. How, like, the script that I wrote. Like, say if you're trying to, like, feed some sort of animal out of ventilation shafts by heating it up. Not so much to, like, you know, kill them, but, like, just to, like, scurry them out. And, like, you know, say they're coming towards you in a vent or something, and you want them away from you. You wouldn't want to, like, you know, heat it up when they're really close to you, because then that would just make them crawl faster to you. And that was the reasoning, and the in-universe reasoning for it. It was like, oh, if someone was breaking in and they were in the air vent and it heated up, they would most likely try to go towards whatever they're closer. If they're closest to the exit, they'll go towards the exit. But if they're closest to the... Crap. I missed it. Well, you know, close that. I missed that hard. I was too busy explaining. Okay, well, we're just gonna try that again. Basically, they would try to go to the most closest exit. So if they were close to the start of the vent shaft, they would go out of the vent shaft. But if they were closest to you, they would do anything to get close and, like, you know, break through just to, you know, stop the heat. So if you wait too long to heat up the air vent, yes, the game will have a phone guy. But, that'd be faster. But the thing, like, I don't know. That might have to be a scrapped mechanic, considering the fact that it's my first game and I don't know how I'd set that up. It might just be like a scrapped mechanic of sorts. I'd very much like to have that, but I'd have to do a lot of research on it. Will you be the phone guy? I'm gonna say yes and no, and I'm not gonna add any further context. I'm gonna say yes and no. Boop. A lot faster. Wow. The rat has yet to awaken, which is probably a good thing, but, like, I'm just waiting for him to awake, because he will. And when he does, it's going to be a lot more difficult than it already is. Night 5 isn't that big of, like, an issue. On paper, it shouldn't be an issue, because it's the same as all the other nights. I do think it's like a safe mechanism when I get to like 5 AM if I have like 30% power. I keep most. Are there any specific animations that you will use? I want to have as many assets in the game, either not made by anyone in specific or made by myself. Because I probably wouldn't feel too good if I completely used someone else's like animation, say a jump scare death animation. So if I were to use a jump scare animation, say if I had Withered Freddy in the game, I definitely want to use like Scott Cawthon's one from like either Ultimate Custom Night or FNaF 2. Just because I wouldn't feel too good if, say, I stole it from someone on like online. Because, you know, it's not mine, and I don't know how to give proper credit. However, what I do also want to do is just, you know, make the animations myself, you know? I do have a friend who, you know, models stuff and has modeled. So I'd probably talk to them on, like, how to model properly and, you know, get what I want out of a model specifically. Because there are free to use models online. Like, for Withered Freddy, there are a ton of, like, you know, 3D models that people create and, like, people can use for free. Without even needing to, like, you know, give credit and stuff. But I also, like, I don't want to steal someone else's jump scare. So, oh my god, guys. I called Candy and Cindy at 3 AM. And they said I smelled. They said I smelled like poo. I gotta conserve power. I'm at 50% at 40. God, why does it feel like it takes forever to get to one side of the office? Will there be add-ons to the game, whether an extra edition? I do want to include, obviously, an extras menu. I don't know if I'd put too many extras, or like extra game modes or anything. Considering the fact that, you know, I just want to be able to get, like, at least, like, you know, just one part of the game done. I at least want to have a coherent game, you know, nights 1 to 5. It doesn't have to have too many extras. It doesn't have to have, like, a night 6 or a custom night or anything like that. I just want, like, a one coherent thing. So my main goal right now with the game is just to, like, get it done, nights 1 through 5, completely done. And then later, I'll add, like, an extras menu. Because I made it a point to, like, actually keep dev sketches of the game. So I do have some behind-the-scenes exclusive of map layouts and stuff. But yeah. In terms of add-ons I want to do, I would say so. In terms of add-ons I can feasibly do, I don't think so. So he's about to get in there. He should be on this side, get ready for him to come in. Will there be an option for difficulty? That scared me. I don't think there'd be an option for difficulty. I try to make it fair. Difficulty balancing, I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna try to keep it balanced and fair. I'm not trying to create a super hard game. I thought I was gonna die there for a second if I didn't get the 6 AM. Alright. That's blank and that's old Candy. I don't have much to say about these cutscenes, per se. I can't promise an actual schedule for when I do these live streams. Because obviously I'm doing different stuff, different times a day. I'm gonna try to do them, like, so, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are the days that I'm not normally doing anything, besides, like, you know, in the afternoon. So I'm trying to do them, like, earlier in the day. Obviously, I have school and stuff. So yeah, that was the first Five Nights at Candy's Remastered. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest, because I finished that faster than I thought. I only died once. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a single attempt on 720 mode, and if I don't, will there be cutscenes in your game? If so, how many? And for what? I don't think there'd be cutscenes. If, say in a future game, if I want to do cutscenes, I'll do cutscenes, but for right now, I'm making the game in Click Team Fusion. Say if I switch over to making games in Unity, definitely. But Click Team, you can't really insert a cutscene for a game in Click Team that wasn't made in Click Team. You can still make cutscenes and stuff, it's just a lot more difficult. So, you know, we'll just get this ready because then I'll just be stalling. I do know a strategy for 720 that worked and I beat it. I didn't record me beating it because I was like, you know, whatever. Alright. Close both the doors. Watch this. Okay. They'd probably continue the story of the game. It really depends. I don't know if I'd make a sequel. I was thinking about, like, trying to just remake, say, like, Five Nights at Wario's or something. Because that game has simple mechanics. It's just Five Nights at Freddy's, but with Mario characters. So I was thinking of, like, maybe remaking that game. But, like, say, just, like, you know, same type of thing, but basically just a personal project where I see if I can actually put together a FNAF fan game. But the reason I'm taking it slow and not rushing through it is because I do want it to at least be somewhat coherent. I believe with this method you are supposed to just count how many times you close the door and then close the middle door. Because using the camera does drain a lot of power. Like once you see him stand, you flick it like 3 times and then you close it. How will the story be in your game? The story is gonna be fairly simple. It's just gonna be like, you know, like you're looking for a job and then Fazbear Incorporated need, like, you know, build a factory to house their animatronics when they're pushing them in between restaurants. It's pretty simple premise on paper, but it's gonna devolve into, like, I don't want to give everything away, but like, it's gonna devolve into like a story of, like, you know, deception. It's not gonna be too serious, obviously, because, you know, if you've seen a lot of FNAF fan games, you know kind of that Fazbear Entertainment is kind of, you know, a little bit messed up in the head, so you can probably tell that, like, you know, what you'll be getting into in the game is not what you should. Hello, Mike, Jinko. The main issue with this, with 720, it's not necessarily the most difficult thing in the world. It's your power management that's so difficult. Yeah. The story's not, like, you know, anything that special. I tried to make it grounded in reality. reality in the FNAF universe, to where, you know, it's obviously, it should be implied that FNAF, you know, has a warehouse of their animatronics when they're transferring them in between locations. And, you know, the animatronics there are being fixed, worked on, some are broken. For a second I thought this was fake. But yeah. This is like my third time ever running it, by the way. So the first time I attempted it, okay, and blank just wrecked me. Oh well, I guess I just wasn't paying attention to blank. I should have really thrown up that door. Blank, my buddy, what's up? God, I got to 4 AM at like 25%. That could have been a good run, but I've only done it like 3. Will you have public test bid? I will have a public demo. Well, I've been thinking that I want a public demo, but what I might do is like give it out to a few friends at first, and then fix any bugs, and then release a public demo. The public demo would only consist of the first night and AI. I might do like an alpha type of demo to where it doesn't have the AI. Once I get the cameras done, I'll probably release it like a beta type thing. And then, you know, obviously once I get the animatronics in there, I'll do a full-on, you know, public demo. Anyway, that was actually a really good custom night. Try, I just wasn't paying attention enough, talking and doing it at the same time. I'm making up excuses. I'm gonna end the live stream here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the live stream. I'll see you guys in another video, or another live stream, hopefully in a few days. I'm hoping within the next week. Apologies for not uploading that much. But yeah, I will see you guys in another video. By the way, Defective Dyslexic, it did a lot better than I was expecting. I really appreciate the support for Defective Dyslexic. If you guys don't know what that is a collaborative channel between me and SpongeGar, except on that channel, we're not CB and SpongeGar, we're Cole and Jared, we're just playing ourselves. Thank you for the answers in the stream. You're welcome, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna end the live stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in another live stream, so goodbye.